News Bulletin, weather forecast for the United States and the Atlantic, late September 2025. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for today's special weather forecast. We bring you a comprehensive overview of the meteorological developments that are and will be impacting daily life and production across the United States as well as the Atlantic Basin in this final stretch of September moving into October 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, the weather outlook for the coming week promises to be highly complex, not only marked by seasonal temperature shifts but also by the successive arrival of multiple low-pressure systems, rounds of dangerous thunderstorms, the risk of tornado outbreaks, and, in parallel, the powerful return of the Atlantic hurricane season with Tropical Storm Gabrielle at the center of attention, alongside new tropical waves emerging off the coast of Africa. All of these elements combine into a picture of relentless, unstable, and far-reaching weather. Across the U.S. today, the first disturbances are already underway. In the Midwest, a mesoscale convective vortex has been tracking across Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois, producing scattered showers and thunderstorms. Though this system is a remnant of a larger thunderstorm complex, it still retains enough energy to trigger repeated rainfall. Behind it, atmospheric moisture and instability remain high, primed to generate additional storms later this afternoon and evening, particularly across Kansas and Nebraska. Some of these storms may bring damaging winds, medium-sized hail, and even isolated tornadoes. Residents are urged to remain vigilant and closely follow emergency weather warnings issued by the National Weather Service. Meanwhile, the West and the Four Corners region, New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, and Colorado, continue to deal with heavy rainfall linked to lingering moisture from former Pacific Storm Mario. The combination of this moisture with mountainous terrain has significantly increased the risk of flash flooding and landslides, especially in northern New Mexico and southern Colorado. Hikers, campers, and outdoor travelers in the Rockies should take extreme precautions, as heavy rain, hail, and thick fog can quickly turn conditions hazardous. In the Northeast, most states are enjoying dry weather with clear skies and pleasant temperatures. However, one glaring exception is southern Florida, where days of relentless rainfall have caused localized flooding in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and the Everglades. This is being driven by a stalled trough drawing continuous moisture from the Caribbean. Meteorologists warn that this heavy rain pattern is likely to persist for at least another 3 to 4 days before easing. These events are only the beginning of what is shaping up to be a dramatic week ahead. Mid-level flow and jet stream analyses indicate a series of low-pressure systems will stream across the Rockies into the central United States, forming a train of lows moving west to east. The current weak low over the Great Lakes is expected to dissipate by the weekend. But immediately behind it two new systems are emerging, one off California, another across Wyoming. Both will carry abundant moisture from the Pacific and the Gulf of Mexico, fueling widespread thunderstorm development. From Sunday into early next week, rainfall and thunderstorms will expand from California and Nevada into the Central Plains. Storms will not be isolated but may organize into broader complexes. Particularly concerning is the Southern Plains and Mississippi Valley, where severe storms could erupt with winds over 90 km per hour, large hail, and localized tornadoes. By Tuesday, Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic are also projected to experience strong thunderstorms as an upper-level shortwave adds instability. By midweek, a surge of Canadian air will push southward. A backdoor cold front sweeping from northeast to southwest will drop temperatures across the Great Lakes and Northeast sharply. Cities like Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, and Buffalo may wake up to morning lows between 3 to 8 degrees Celsius, with some rural areas dipping below freezing overnight. This will be the first clear sign that autumn has taken hold, arriving earlier than average. In stark contrast, the southern plains will be baking in intensifying heat. Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas will see daytime highs of 37 to 39 degrees Celsius, with some spots exceeding 40 degrees Celsius. This extreme temperature gradient between the chilly north and overheated south will provide fertile ground for additional severe storms. Experts caution this may set the stage for a significant severe weather outbreak within the next 2 to 3 weeks, a phenomenon often called the second severe weather season of autumn. Day-by-day outlook. Saturday to Sunday. Scattered storms in the Midwest. Flash flood risk in New Mexico and Colorado. Monday to Tuesday. A strong low crossing the Rockies triggers heavy rain in Texas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. Severe storms likely. Wednesday, Thursday. Cold air dominates the north. Storms push south and east. Ohio Valley faces tornado risks. Late week. Gulf Coast states, Louisiana, Alabama, Florida Panhandle, remain stormy, while the north turns cool and dry. Temperature contrasts will be striking. Great Lakes and Northeast dipping to 3 to 5 degrees Celsius at night. Versus Dallas, Houston, and Oklahoma City sweltering near 39 degrees Celsius. Michigan and Wisconsin will only see highs of 12 to 15 degrees Celsius. Underscoring the sharp north-south divide. Turning to the Atlantic, Tropical Storm Gabrielle remains the main focus. Gabrielle is tracking northwest and may strengthen into a Category 1 hurricane within 48 to 72 hours. If current forecasts hold, Bermuda could be directly impacted early next week, with sustained winds near 120 km per hour, heavy rainfall, and coastal surge. The good news: Gabrielle poses no direct threat to the U.S. mainland. Nonetheless, it's a stark reminder that the 2025 hurricane season is entering peak intensity. Beyond Gabrielle, models consistently highlight the potential for 1 or 2 additional tropical cyclones to form from African easterly waves over the next 10 days. Both the GFS and European ensembles suggest development in the Caribbean or Gulf of Mexico, areas primed by very warm sea surface temperatures and decreasing wind shear. If realized, this could spawn a strong storm near Central America with an uncertain track. Historically, late September into early October is considered a second peak for Atlantic hurricanes, often linked to a favorable Madden-Julian oscillation phase. This supports moist, unstable conditions conducive to cyclone formation. As such, experts warn residents across the Caribbean, Gulf of Mexico, and the U.S. southeast coast to remain on high alert over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Regional U.S. breakdown. West Coast and Southwest, California, Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico remain stormy, high flood risks in canyons and deserts. Rockies and Four Corners could even see early snow on Colorado peaks. Great Plains, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska begin with scorching heat, transitioning to severe storms midweek. Midwest and Great Lakes, warm start, then rapid cooling with morning lows near 3 to 5 degrees Celsius. Scattered rainfall, Northeast, dry early, then turning colder midweek with lows 5 to 8 degrees Celsius. Coastal lows may bring weekend rain. Southeast, Florida stays drenched with flooding potential. Carolinas dry at first. Wetter midweek as low pressure approaches. In summary, the U.S. is heading into a highly volatile week, multiple lows crossing the nation. Fierce clashes between hot and cold air masses. Widespread thunderstorms, while offshore the Atlantic hurricane season is flaring up with Gabrielle and more waves behind it. Midwest, Gulf Coast, and especially Bermuda residents must monitor updates closely. That concludes today's forecast bulletin. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for continuous updates on storms and severe weather. We'll return with the latest on Gabrielle and any new tropical developments. Wishing you safety, peace, and good health in the week ahead.